Dr. Subbarao, former directors, Dr. Kirit Parikh, Dr. Najne, my colleague Dr. Ashima Goel, distinguished invitees and participants in the conference, IGIDR faculty, present and former, staff, students, alumni, good morning and welcome to this special Silver Jubilee Conference on Development, which flags off the year-long Silver Jubilee academic events. 25 years celebration is an important landmark, milestone in IGIDR. It is a historic day. The Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, could not come due to hectic schedule at Delhi, Parliament and other engagements. But he has kindly sent us a special message. It is printed in the brochure, but I will now read Prime Minister's message. His message is the following. I extend my greetings to the faculty, staff, and students of the Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research as the institute celebrates its Silver Jubilee this year. It is with great fondness that I look back at the time when the idea of IGIDR was conceived during my tenure as Governor, Reserve Bank of India. Though it was initially conceived as an economics think tank for the country, IGIDR was inaugurated as an advanced research institute in 1987 by the then Prime Minister Sri Rajiv Gandhi. I am happy that IGIDR has emerged as a center of excellence for higher learning in economics, focusing on academic training and research from an interdisciplinary and international perspective. It has gained status as a deemed university in 1995 and has been accredited with the highest ranking for its teaching and research programs. In these challenging times, our country needs quality academic inputs into the policy making exercise. It is this challenge that IGIDR should take up as it prepares for the years ahead. I congratulate all those who have been associated with IGIDR's growth and development. I wish them and IGIDR all the best for the future. So that was the Prime Minister's message. Now I turn to the inaugural function. We have an equally distinguished person, Dr. C. Rangarajan, to give inaugural address, and I thank him for agreeing to deliver the address. I am grateful to Dr. Subbarao, RBI Governor and Chairman IGIDR, for agreeing to chair the inaugural function and to release India Development Report. I thank the two former directors of IGIDR for participating in this function. Dr. Radhakrishna, former director of IGIDR, could not come due to some unavoidable reasons. Before going to the details of this conference and other activities of Silver Jubilee celebrations, I'll speak briefly about the progress of IGIDR in the last 25 years. As the Prime Minister's message mentions, the idea of IGIDR was conceptualized when Dr. Manmohan Singh was RBI Governor in the early 1980s. But it was Dr. Rangarajan as Deputy Governor who did most of the initial work. The late Prime Minister Sri Rajiv Gandhi inaugurated the current IGIDR campus in 1987 and gave vision to the institute. When Sri Rajiv Gandhi gave speech at IGIDR, the GDP growth was 5% for India. Ironically, after 25 years, this year we are having similar GDP growth of 5 to 6%. Sri Rajiv Gandhi, in the 1987 speech at IGIDR, emphasized the importance of higher GDP growth of 7% or more for employment creation and poverty reduction. He wanted 4% growth in agriculture and 10% growth in industry. Since its inception, successive governors of RBI, Dr. R.N. Malhotra, Dr. Venkatramanan, Dr. Rangarajan, Dr. Bimal Jalan, Dr. Y.V. Reddy, and the present governor, Dr. Subbarao, and also deputy governors and other officials of RBI gave full support to IGIDR. We also had distinguished economists as governing board members such as I.G. Patel, Shukma Chakravarti, D.T. Lagdawala, Mrunal Dutt Chaudhary, V.M. Dandekar, Amresh Bagchi, and some distinguished non-economists also. I also acknowledge the vision and groundwork of all my predecessors, Dr. Kirit Parikh, first director, developed the institute, beginning with writing the charter of the institute, getting it registered as an autonomous society, and recruiting the first person onward. Dr. Jyoti Parikh was acting director of the institute for some time. Professor Radhakrishna and Professor Nachne continued the good work and took many initiatives during their periods. The IGIDR campus is green all around with lots of birds. Leopards are also fond of IGIDR. Occasionally they visit us. Maybe there is some correlation between food inflation and visits of leopards to the campus. Turning to teaching, the institute was originally conceptualized as a think tank in development policy issues. Soon the institute realized that frontier level research required the presence of dynamic student body. It started PhD program in 1990. It became deemed university in 1995 and included MPhil in 1996, followed by Masters in Economics in 2003. IGIDR is one of the few centers of higher learning in India that focuses on academic training and research from an interdisciplinary perspective. It encourages students from a variety of disciplines like economics, mathematics, science, and engineering. The teacher-student ratio in the institute is as high as 1:2, which ensures that every student gets personalized attention and guidance. The unique feature of the academic program at IGIDR is the emphasis on combining theory with hands-on experience. The institute, through its rigorous curriculum of international standards, prepares students for good careers also. The students of MSc, MPhil, and PhD have got jobs in reputed corporate firms, banks, and research institutes and universities. The institute is also giving training and refresher programs for RBI officers and faculty from all around the country, and has several outreach programs such as visiting students program for master students, visiting scholars program for PhD students, and postdoctoral program. Professor T.N. Srinivasan's paper in this conference stresses the importance of law and economics to be included in legal education. In IGIDR, we realize the importance of the law and economics. I'm happy to say that IGIDR is part of Erasmus Mundus Law and Economics Masters and Doctoral Program. On research, apart from theoretical research, IGIDR does a lot of policy-oriented research on many topics such as economic reforms and macroeconomic policies, monetary policy, international trade and exchange rates, financial sector, industrial economics, agriculture, food policy, poverty, urban policies, energy and environment, and climate change issues. In my recent meetings with Prime Minister, he emphasized that IGIDR should give policy advice on several economic issues. Apart from faculty's own research, the institute also carries out research projects funded by various international organizations and various ministries of central and state governments. Work on East Asia crisis, climate change research work for UNFCCC, a big project on Capacity 21 program on environmental capacity building were some of the examples. Now Gates Foundation has given us big project on agriculture and nutrition. Dorabji Tata Trust has given funding to work on migration. IDRC is also planning to give funds to build regional capacity in South Asia under the leadership of IGIDR by having regional scholarships and exchange programs. As you know, IGIDR prepares India Development Report once in 2 years. The IDR provides an independent assessment of the Indian economy, including contemporary problems and issues. The India Development Report 2012-13 will be released today by the Reserve Bank Governor Dr. Subbarao. IDR 2012-13 has been prepared in record time of 7 to 8 months, and I thank the faculty for the same. I also thank Oxford University Press for publishing it in record time. IDR 2012-13 provides a comprehensive assessment of the post-reform performance of Indian economy and the policies needed in the next decade and beyond to achieve faster, more inclusive and sustainable growth. Thus, IGIDR over the years has established itself as a premier research cum teaching institute, and its current eminence derives in a large measure from the efforts of its faculty, students and staff, successive directors, as well as the continuous encouragement and support of the Reserve Bank of India and its successive governing board members. There were 2 review committees of IGIDR, IG Patel Committee and Bimal Jalan Committee. we have implemented most of the recommendations of these committees. We are also taking several new initiatives to strengthen our teaching, research, and outreach, and to make it more visible at national and international levels. In short, the vision of IJDR in the next decade is to further develop it as an institute of higher international standing and join the League of World-Class Centers of Excellence. Now turning to the Silver Jubilee activities, this is a special Silver Jubilee conference. Papers will be presented by eminent economists and others from India and abroad, covering theory, empirical, and policy issues. We are also happy to see so many economists and social scientists at one place today. We also have two high-level panel discussions. In order to benefit from this high-quality conference, we have also invited several faculty and research students from universities and from ICSR institutes all over India to attend this conference so that they can benefit from the presentations. The presentations are like lectures of about 45 to 50 minutes. That is also the reason why we have not kept the discussants. You have to bear with us as the presentations go up to 7 to 8 p.m. in the first 2 days. Apart from this special conference, we have planned 6 subject-wise conferences throughout the year 2013. These are the first, agriculture; second, trade and industry; third, labor and employment; fourth, energy and environment; fifth, urbanization; and sixth, human development. We also have Silver Jubilee distinguished lectures throughout the year 2013 by eminent economists and other scholars such as Jagdish Bhagwati, Avinash Dikshit, Prashant Patnaik, Angus Deaton, Jean Grossman, Nick Stern, Pranab Vardhan, Abhijit Banerjee, etc. We hope to bring out several books based on Silver Jubilee activities to be published by reputed publishers. With this, once again, I welcome all of you to this special Silver Jubilee International Conference. Thank you very much. Now I request Dr. Subbarao to release India Development Report 2013.